It's early, man. I ain't really expecting too many people to come in here this morning. But I know you're coming, so I'm gonna give you something good. Today's threat. Today's threat is small and big as hell. What I mean by small and big as hell is the threat big than a motherfucker. The threat big is real. What I mean by small is they kids. They young. They just now beginning life. They have no concept of life. They don't have no grasp of reality yet. And then they do all at the same time. They got a grasp of reality that we don't know. Like the reality of the world, they lost. The reality of their situation, we lost. What I mean by that is, I was thinking this morning, I'm like, man, with all the shit that I got going on, I'm trying to help. And I'm trying to stop this shit. I was feeling like this when I was 20 something. All the way through my 30s. It took me to get in my 40s to make or take action. Make things happen. And I'm wondering right now, I'm like, man, can I find the 19, 20-year-old dude that's already thinking the way I was thinking back then, like let's change some shit. Can I find that dude and encourage him to start moving, bro? Don't wait till you're 40. There's gonna be so many people you done lost and got left behind if you wait like I waited. And now it's like I need to find new ways to try to help because the threat is different than it was when I took out the threat. Now, kids in the internet. I'm gonna break all that down. This is one that I'm gonna need y'all to show y'all kids, to show y'all little brothers, y'all little sisters, the little homies in the hood, or whoever, man, direct it to them, get it to a school or something. I should have been trying to clean it up, but in reality, man, the people this for don't need no clean version. You see what I'm saying? The people this video for don't need me to sugarcoat shit. They don't need me to beat around the bush. They need me to be direct. I want to open people's eyes and show them just simple shit, man, kids. So today, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate, man. I'm gonna be the hater a little bit, and I'm gonna have to hate on a lot of people that these people look up to, man, because they the ones that's ruining our kids over this internet and this music and everything else. My thing is, I listen to the music. I identify with the music. I even like some of the music. Thing about it is, I can't be the dummy and act like I don't understand what the music does. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we paint pictures of what's going on in the hood, but at the same time, these kids see these pictures and it's ingrained in their memories and it's all they know. What's up with them? It's all they know after a while. It's just like when I be saying, talking about folks pushing that alphabet agenda. Man, we push agendas that we act like we don't know about too. So it's easy to say that they do it, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't even realize they doing it, just like we don't realize we doing it all the time. Now, let me get into some examples before I just be rambling. I be wanting kids to look at shit like, okay, the same shit that you see is cool and it be lit and it be all this and that. Take Chicago. Most specifically, take O Block. The niggas around O Block in this situation, we can even say the niggas they don't get along with, the BDs and the GDs. But I wanted to just pick one side because my point is, kids, youngsters, y'all not see how these dudes snake each other, they hood. They from the same hood, they grew up together, they went to school together. Do y'all not see how these rich dudes from the hood, they still be doing their homeboy? They get on, they leave them out, they get on, they use them, they get on, they snitch on them, they get on, they send niggas to jail. I'm just saying. See, it's easy to watch the music video and see the chain and rain and Rolexes and shit. But do you turn your TV off when you see Young Thug without his jewelry on? He got his suit on, he's sitting in the courtroom finally dressed like an adult. You don't want to see Young Thug like that because he's sitting in the courtroom facing natural life. And I ain't hoping that man get life, wishing that man get life, but none of that shit. But what I'm saying is, the same kids that was watching Young Thug in the video, throwing up the beats, throwing the, you know what I'm saying, gang bang, doing all this. Are y'all taking time to watch him sitting in the courtroom? Humble. Can't throw up his signs, ain't got no guns. The same homeboys that was on his side and ride or die, they not ride or die no more. They not solid, they not 100. And what I'm saying is, when you jump in that game, when you jump in the streets, when you jump in that hustle, this the other side of it, the side that you don't see in the music video. It's right there on TV for you now. You seen the same thing with 6ix9ine. Let me get back to it, because we talking about gangs and guns and kids and all that. Look at that situation, the 6ix9ine situation from both sides. The gang swallowed that man up, used the shit out of him. Didn't give a damn about him. In the end, told him, you wasn't even gang. You wasn't even this. And I'm like, how he wasn't it when he was screaming it? He was running around with that. He was throwing that up. He was putting in work for that. He was making money for that. He was doing all this. But that dude was that, bro. Whether y'all want to claim him or not, he was that. Now, he might have been some type of fucked up version of that. But what did that matter? That brought him in and made him that. So that is what he is, and he is that. And what I mean by that is, you can look at the gangs and say, well, that ain't gang. He ain't a blood because he did this and he did that. Well, I'm going to tell you like this. Since the beginning of time, Bloods, Crip, Folks, Vice Lord, Ku Klux Klan, they all been snitching. They all been telling. They all been snaking their homeboys. They regular people, man. Being a Blood or being a Crip don't make you exempt from being a dumbass, from doing dumb shit, from being a victim. Just like being a police officer don't make you automatically right and good and all that other shit. You still human. And the people you hang around with is human. That's why they be like, oh, well, he's a good cop or he's a bad cop. Take the cop off. It's a good person. That's a bad person. No matter what his job is, what his title is, you could be the mayor. You could be the president and be a fucked up individual. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it all boils back down to what I always tell you. You got to, good morning, Tanya. You got to decide what type of person you're going to be. Now, when I say the threat, man, let me break something down here. I'm telling y'all a short story. I was at my homeboy, one of my little homeboy house, and dude is a Hoover. So people already look at me funny when I fuck with him, when I hang around him, because he Hoover and I'm neighborhood. I don't give a damn about none of that. As a black dude, we be in the same, some of the same shit. So I be mentoring dude. I try to keep him on the real shit and do some righteous shit. And it's finally getting into his head. Thing is, he also got two brothers with both Bloods. And them niggas, I got their mind right before I got his mind right. But he on the right path now, so it's all okay. But what I'm saying is, I'm at this man's house one day, and we deep in the hood. We was in Newtown. If y'all know Newtown / Sunnyside in Jacksonville, that's the hood. The only way it's gonna get more hooded today is my part of Jacksonville, which is the projects. Got to be Max High. So I'm standing out here with my little Hoover homeboy. And, you know what I'm saying, some G's come through. Some of the other little homies, I know these niggas too. One of them is not a little nigga, he's a big nigga, but he's young. But he pretty much is in line to run the city on that side. But he there too, we all chopping up. He bounced. But some little dudes come from across the street. When I say little dudes, I mean these dudes is like 12, 13. Little bitty dudes. I'm talking about the type of dudes where I could swing one time, open hand slap, hit both of them, knock them both out. From the way they were standing, they was too close. Pow! Hit both of y'all, knock y'all out, y'all little bitty dudes. But Buddy is asking my little Hoover homie, like, hey, bro, you got the green? You got no gas on you, man? My dude got there, we taking his time. He was like, man, I got a little something. What you need? He was like, man, shit, I just get a little 3.5 something. The dude get here, man, roll me up a wood right quick. And I'm thinking myself, gang time, this might about put the whole 3.5 in the wood. So I ain't tripping on that. Even though, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, when I was 13, I was on this shit too. We wasn't smoking backwood. We was smoking blunts. We was about the same size goddamn backwood. But this is the part I tripped on. When the man, he had like a now I ain't gonna lie. This is the one trimming was a dark skinned dude. He was clean. He was clean. Light skinned dude, like super light skinned. I'm talking about like Drake light skin. This man had razor line, he clean, you know what I'm saying? He had a jersey on, t-shirt on that, had a little bitty gold chain on, you know, I'm from over there, we don't, anyway, he had a little bitty gold chain on, you know what I'm saying? That's about all the jewelry, I don't remember no other jewelry. J's on, you know what I'm saying? He had the ball mains or something on, ball main type pants, I don't know what they was exactly. But the man was clean, I'm not gonna hate on the dudes, they was clean. When the man lifted up his jersey to go in his back pocket to pull out the Gucci wallet, this man had a 30 stick poking out so big. It was on the way, but the way it was back, the clip was hanging back. So when he lifted up the jersey, I seen that bitch was like, ooh, shit. And I looked back at him, he didn't see me looking at him, I'm like, young nigga, what the? So when they bounced, I told Cub, like, damn, Cub, these little niggas run around like that there. Man, I know they out here, but I'm just saying, these little niggas, man, these little niggas look cute. Like, they ain't finna be in no trouble. They trying to get some weed, go back home and hide in the back of mama's house and smoke. No, these niggas out here all the way with the shit. They look cute and cuddly and innocent. But if a nigga run up on them the wrong way, if I would have tried that open hand slap across the face 2 times, knock him out, I'd have been a shot dead motherfucker right there in the middle of the street. Brrr. Cause not only was they thirsty, these niggas got switches on. And that's what I'm saying. This is 13. This 13. This nigga might be proficient at licking with the blicky. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling. Or he might just be 13 with a 30 clip and a switch. Don't matter. Still gonna kill you. It's still gonna take you off the map. You're out of here. And the thing is, if you're looking at the thumbnail I posted that thumbnail for a reason. That thumbnail got 5 kids on it. Probably nobody over the age of 8, 9 years old. Everything all 5 of them kids is holding will get you gone. Not one of them kids got the mindset to give a damn about getting you gone. They don't understand how final me pulling this trigger is. They don't understand that. The reason is, kids' mind don't develop. I mean, it's always developed. It's not developed yet. So everything they need to know ain't there. Everything they need to understand, they not capable of understanding yet. They mind got to grow. And I don't give a damn if it's this big or this big. Guess what? They're only using this much of it. So when they're a kid, they probably using this much of it. You see what I'm saying? When a kid is using this much of their brain, we look at them like, oh, he gonna be a genius. He already walking. He already talking. Nah, bro, that brain gonna get to the size everybody else's brain getting, and then it's gonna stop. Thing is, what are you gonna put into this brain while it's growing? Cause what I'm saying is, bro, the man in me wanted to grab little buddy, not grab him, but you know what I'm saying, talk to little buddy, holler at him. Thing about it is, I'ma just be real, and this is just being 100. I had a little fear in me. It gotta have been a grown ass man, cool, calm, collected, man. But these kids, man, they can't think, man. They don't do the rational. They do the irrational. I remember being a kid, and I'm glad I didn't have that type of shit, because ain't no telling what type of shit I would have been in, boy. I wasn't a normal kid. I was a kid suffering with depression. I was going through shit as a child. You know what I'm saying? I was having nightmares as a child. Man, I was having daymares as a child. I be sitting in the room with my stepdad and thinking about taking his main life. And we sitting here watching TV as a family. And I'm sitting there like, man, I'm gonna tell you, man. That vase, it used to be a vase outside my mama and them bedroom. Like 2 of them. I remember these vases red. one on each side of the doorway. And my room was on the other side of their room in that house. I could come through there the back way. It was a door to go to their room. Not like how it was with the bathroom. But in this house, it was just a door that opened up like a regular door to go straight to my mom in the room. That door was usually locked. Not always. We didn't go through there like that. In reality, my mama bedroom was big as fuck. They had 3 doors to get in and out of that room. One would take them to my room, one would take them to the living room, and then one would take them to the foyer in the front of the house. It was a big ass room. I'm trying to remember what my mama in the closet was. I know they had their bathroom, was a big ass bathroom, but was the closet in there? I don't remember. Either way, it don't matter. I'm trying to remember why we were talking about this house. I remember being a kid and saying that I'm glad I ain't had that type of shit when I was a kid. Yeah, the vase outside the room. Man, it was so many nights I laid in my bed crying in that house in Fort Smith after getting them beaten. And I would always think, like, man, one of these days I'm gonna heighten my nuts up and I'm gonna go and grab this vase, slide that door open, and just break. And I used to be thinking, I know my mama gonna wake up screaming, but she just gonna have to understand. She gonna understand. That's as far as I ever thought. I ain't never think about going to the crazy house or them taking me out the house or away from my mama saying I was a violent child or I was crazy. My thing was, to me, I wasn't crazy. To me, I was suffering. I was going through some shit and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop dreaming about it. I couldn't stop worried about it. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. And I feel like the only way I'm ever gonna stop is I'm gonna have to goddamn even the odds. I'm gonna have to make this nigga fear me as much as I fear him. Y'all gonna see some more about that in the video about what I decided to do. My thing is, it's a cycle, man. It's like, I can picture now if I was one of them people that got fucked up from this shit and I turned around and started abusing kids and beating on weak motherfuckers that couldn't defend themselves. And you know, that made me feel better. It made me feel like, yeah, now, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? I be wondering sometimes, like, my nigga, was you beat on as a child? Was you molested or something? Like, what's your problem with me that you want to pick on me as a child? Because obviously now, as we both grown, you don't have any problem no more. You can keep your hands to yourself. You can keep your mouth closed. When you come around me, you humble. You don't say shit. Not to me, and if you do, it's usually on some, hey, how you doing type shit. It ain't never nothing, I'm not gonna, nothing aggressive, nothing hostile, nothing negative. Like, nigga, I don't even think dude would say a sentence with the word no in it. Ain't, no, none of that. Like, but bro, he definitely just, I know he ain't comfortable around me because I put out the energy for him not to be comfortable around me. I don't talk bad to him or none of that. But when he talking to me, I mug him in his ass. Don't just look him in his eyes like, yeah, He was like, are you all right? Nah, I'm not all right, bro. I want you to feel fucked up. I want you to feel nervous in my presence. I like that. What's up with it, you know? And the thing is, it's not like I'm being a bully because, man, I could really do something to this man if I wanted to. But I'm going to tell y'all, I don't know if I disclose this information. I feel like even though I don't believe in religion the way most people do, if nothing else, if not God, then at least karma, then work some magic on this motherfucker here. Let me tell y'all. I ain't have to do that. Dude, I'm gonna get run down real quick. I'm gonna make it short. So, I let my guard down with dude for the first time in my parole hearing. because I looked up at my parole hearing and he was there. Him, my mama, and a few other people. But the thing is, when it was over, I was so emotional. I gave my mama a hug. Dude tried to shake my hand. I pulled him in and gave him a hug. Nah, nigga, you get a hug too. So I hugged him. I hugged the rest of the people that was there. And I was like, man, I'm going to throw all that shit to the side from the past, from the childhood. Man, I'm going to throw this shit to the side, man. I'm going to build a new relationship with this nigga. And we going to go from there. And I was all set to do that. I was already doing that. Because I stayed in the joint a few more months before I came home. Because I actually got transferred from the max. I was in the max when I went on parole. I was in the max. And the way I found that I made parole is because they shipped me to Riceville. And Riceville is like minimum security. Right outside Little Rock. So, like, dude, why would you send me, a violent offender, out of maximum security, lock up, 23 and 1, you can't be around other inmates, to minimum security? I'm like, boy, I done made parole. I'm gonna go home. Okay, cut. I told y'all some of this right here, but I know I ain't told y'all all of this. When I came home, my mama took me to Reverend Stewart and all that. I talked to Reverend Stewart. I went to the bank, cashed my check, went to Walmart, got me a little outfit. We went out to eat, and then we was going to go see my parole officer. Well, I get to my parole officer, and my mama done told me that we don't live at the house that they built in Lone Oak. She moved back to North Little Rock. And I'm like, what? And she like, yeah, I ain't want to tell you and upset you while you was in prison. I'm like, mama, you mean upset me? I paroled out to Lone Oak. I can't be in North Little Rock and sleep tonight. I got to be sleeping at this house. And she's like, well, nigga, I don't live at that house no more. I'm like, either way, wasn't no time to break down when the parole officer. I tried to break it down to him. And he looked at me like, nigga, the fuck you mean? I'm like, man, they didn't let me know. They didn't get divorced while I was in prison. And they get divorced, they separated. I didn't know none of this. I'm thinking they happy family. So, dude is giving me the spiel about, bro, I could take you back to prison right now. Like, I could tell your mama, get out of my office, handcuff you, take you right back to Riceville, bro, walk you right back through administration, and they gonna put you right back in the barracks you just came from. You gonna start finishing up your sentence. You got 3 years left? Yeah, you gonna start knocking that 3 years down. And we'll put you back up for parole in about 6 months. I'm saying, like, what the I'm looking at my mama about, man, I'm about to cry. Like, man, I know y'all ain't about to do me like this, man. I just got out of prison. Man, about an hour and a half ago, don't do me like this, man. I ain't. Dude, like, man, look, I'm calling North Little Rock, bro. He called North Little Rock. They got me a parole officer, got everything set up. Woo, woo, woo. They were like, we gonna come see. Fuck all that. So I find out what happened was, dude got to cheating on my mama. He got to cheating on my mama. And he left her and my sister, which is his daughter. They come home one day and go in the house, and then people knocking at the door like, dum, 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 dum. It's white folks. My mama comes to the door like, hello, can I help you? Yeah, we here to look at the house. Look at the house? You got me? What the fuck you looking at my house for? Bitch ass nigga say he gonna sell us this house. We here to look at it. My husband bitch ass nigga? Yeah, him bitch ass nigga. Hey, I don't know what you and bitch ass nigga got going, but y'all about to be some ass niggas. You gonna get the fuck out of my property. So, white folks leave. Bitch ass nigga ain't come home. He ain't come home next day. She go to work. A couple days later, bitch ass nigga come home and get some clothes. So he playing that game, moving shit out while she go to work. Either way it go, he moved in with another bitch, some fat bitch. We live in the house we live in. Dude pop up one day to get my little sister, and they talking. He like, nah, he popped up to get his divorce paper signed. So my mama signed the paper, and they was officially divorced. Thank you, Lord. This is what I had been praying for since I was a kid. But this is another thing that this is why I don't like this nigga. Bro, I had gave you another chance and you fucked my mama over. So then you sign these divorce papers, dude sit right here and say, I ain't think it was gonna end like this, but you taught me a lesson. I ain't never getting married no more. I ain't never getting married again. She was like, shit, it don't matter, hey, what you do with me, it's just shit. Whoever you decide to be with, I hope you doing right. Dude said, I am. I'm gonna do it right. Walked out the door. 14 days later, he was walking down the aisle. On my mama. 14 days later, he was walking down the aisle to get married. And I said, they coming to get my little sister, take her to the wedding. I'm wedding? I thought you said you wasn't getting married. Bitch ass nigga. Either way it go. He cheated on that wife. And she left him. Put him out. He ended up moving back to the house where my mama had left. He was renting the house out to his brother and sister because he couldn't afford to live in the motherfucker by himself. So then he moved in, sleeping on the couch in the house that he had built. He ended up marrying the new bitch, the new fat little bitch. Now, I hate to call her a bitch because fuck all that. Anyway, oh, she earned the title, but this ain't even about her. But we're gonna get to that when y'all find out what happened to him. So he living his life and he with this broad and she's terrible. She's terrible. They done got married and she was the good wife, the happy wife, and everything was going good. And then God said, hey, bro, you've been fucking over everybody. Case in point. My other uncle, his little brother blind in one eye. It's his fault. He made the dude skip school like big sister make me skip school. Got dude to drinking. They were drinking. Got to fighting over the last beer. Somehow that beer bottle, he blind. Guess what else? Little bro ain't stopped drinking beer since that day. Every day, all day. Every day, all day. Went to the military. Little bro wanted to go to the military like big bro. Get there and they said, oh, you can't go to the military. And he was like, big bro, you did that shit. You did all that shit. All the wives you had, the ones you was beating on, the ones you were cheating on, the kids you did dirty, me and nobody else. Man, there's a whole bunch of people. You done fucked up a lot of people's lives, bro. Like, people are scarred behind you. So one day, this man was living his life, and God was like, that man had that stroke. What's up, Pat? Good morning. That man had that stroke. And you know me, at the time, I was not this version of me, so I was like, ha! I probably was like, ha! The little dude without the Simpsons. This is, nigga, that's what you get. That's how I felt. But then my mama came to me, she was like, hey, man, I need you to go to the hospital and see that nigga. And I was like, man, fuck that nigga. I wouldn't give a damn if that nigga gone in that hospital. Fuck him. Mama was like, not for him. For your sister. That's her daddy. And she got to go up there and see him. And she gonna need her brothers and sisters. And I'm like, dang. All right. So we get up here to this hospital. And we walk in this hospital room, and this man sitting up here, he kind of Looney Tune looking, but he got this pad on his hand, look like a glove with a paddle, like a ping pong paddle in it, to where he can't close his hands. He's keeping his hands flat. And he just, and I'm laughing. I'm laughing. His wife is over in the corner. She didn't introduce herself, but she acting funny. She acting funny with me and my sisters. Like she don't want us up there around him or something. Like she's jealous. I'm trying. I really wanted to tell her, like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about this nigga. If she wasn't here, I'll push this nigga out the goddamn bed. Fuck you talking about? Fuck this nigga. So, but she acting like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to be jealous of me, nigga. I ain't got no love for him. And I'm pretty sure he ain't got no love for me either. I'm here for her because I love her more than a lot of shit in the world. But he got these paddles on his hand, and some of y'all might not know what these paddles for. I'm going to tell y'all what these paddles for. That man brain messed up. Only thing really working is his natural functions. And for y'all that don't know, that playing with yourself, that's a natural function. So, if they don't keep them paddles on his hand, he gonna keep his hand on his thing playing with it. He can't even help. He just all day long. That's what he gonna do. He gonna break that motherfucker. Word out. Pull all the skin off with a whole head and pop up. Boop. I'm sitting here laughing because the shit funny to me. I know what's going on. He looking at me like, I don't even think he knew I was laughing at him, but I ain't give a damn. I'm laughing in your face. That's probably why she was mad. I don't give a damn. Fuck you, bitch. Come to find out, another thing she was doing to be dirty to him was she was keeping all his friends and loved ones at bay. The only people that could come up there was his kids and his parents and shit like that, his sisters and brothers. Like immediate family. But the family that it is a big ass family, and a lot of people trying to come up there. Co-workers was trying to come up there. She wasn't. It wasn't a hospital. It was her. She didn't want no female co-workers. No, if you wasn't a sister or mama or auntie, no females can come up in this house. And I'm like, you doing that because he already cheating on you. You don't know which one of these gonna come through this door. He goody. Now, to this day, he's still messed up and barely walk, barely talk. He can talk. He can barely walk. That's why I was saying, man, it wouldn't be no thing me to hit that man with a sharp elbow and take him out the game real quick. Like he used to do me. And people would say, man, but that ain't fair. He old it. Hey, man. Dude was in the prime of his life. Cockstrong boxer. Golden Glove boxer. 18-year veteran of the Marines when my mama met him. His mind wasn't right. If you a boxer and a Marine and you ain't got the discipline to keep your hands off people's kids. I can see a whooping or something, but boy, you ain't never hit me with nothing less than this. You done hit me with more than that. You done hit me with some weapons. You done picked up some objects and wrapped them shits around my face and goddamn me loosened up some teeth and shit, boy, swole some shit up. Real talk. But out of love for my little sister and love for my mama, so I say respect for my mama, because it ain't just love for my mama to keep me off his ass. It's my mama begging me to be the bigger man to keep me off his ass. I say off his ass. Now, like I say, a lot of things these kids don't realize, man. You don't have to get back for everything that's done to you or that you think done to you. A lot of these people, man, there's something coming for them they can't get out of, and you couldn't do no better. I promise you. You could try to hit a nigga with a car, and you couldn't do better than what's gonna happen to him later on in life. And I'm gonna tell you like this: you might not expect it, you might not ever realize it, but things that happen to a person, and it'll happen in a way that it'll happen where you get to see it. He shouldn't have put his hands on me, but like I said, I cut dude all the way out of my life, and it still happened in a way where I was right there in the hospital looking at this man laughing. I don't want to quote the Bible, but there is a part in the Bible where it says that God is going to prepare a table for me in front of my enemies. And I'm saying, that might have been that table where I'm sitting there getting my laugh on. The table's turned, bro. I ain't had to put my hands on you, but you laying there way more fucked up than I ever laid there. Remember the times I was laying there hurt, crying, bleeding, and you were standing over me, looking down at me? The table wasn't turned, bro. Now I'm looking. Thing is, my hands clean. I ain't had to do nothing to you. It just happened that God made a way that I was going to walk in this hospital, walk in this room, and be a witness to your motherfucking payback, to your karma. And my hands is clean. I don't have to walk around with the guilty conscience. Damn, I hurt. Man, why I had to do dude like that? Nigga, I didn't. I ain't had to do shit to you. And even better, you also made a way for me not to be able to get to you because I was sitting in prison and I wrote you a long ass letter. So I couldn't get to you to tell you what was on my mind, but I still told you. Uninterrupted. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get a chance to interrupt me and say, well, no, I ain't want to hear no explanation. I didn't get an explanation. I ain't want to hear you trying to backpedal. I didn't have to hear that. I said what I said, you read what I said, goddamn me. And if you cried or whatever you felt, nigga, that's between you and God. I don't know. You ain't writing me back. But you read the letter. I know you did. My mama told me. Thing is, this how Same way I did my baby sister when I told y'all she went to Detroit. How I did my auntie, I wrote that letter. Same shit. But this time, instead of talking at my auntie, I wrote this nigga a letter. I sent it down to Texas. He was in Fort Hood. I sent it down to, is it Texas or Louisiana? Either way it go, he was in Fort Hood. And because we happened to be in the same military company. I was in prison, so I knew where they was. I still knew where they was. My mama told me. So I sent the letter down there to him. 4 pages. Front and back. Explaining all the shit that I be telling y'all, man. I wrote them down about the gangs. I wrote it down. I told him how I used to feel at night. I wrote it down. I told him how I used to sleep with knives in the bed all under the pillow. Told him, nigga, I had a knife just for you, like Chucky, nigga. I had painted that motherfucker with red paint on the blade like blood, nigga. That's the one that used to be under my pillow. And I used to sleep with my hand under the pillow like this. So if dude came in my room, just real quick, come on, bro, I got you. What's happening? And the thing is, them was my 8th grade years, my 9th grade years. You see what I'm saying? You should know 8th grade, 9th grade child had to sleep like that, had to live like that. And that's why I say, I gotta say this to make it make sense, even though it's like I wish y'all was just watching on the, I know y'all gonna see it later on when the video drop. But it's a part in here where I tell the feel, I'm like, bro, and I done told y'all this before. I should have added in a clip of me telling y'all this into the video, so you know what I'm saying, it's the proof, but y'all already seen the shit, so y'all know the proof. I told y'all about the night where I got beat and I left. I ran away, I stole the bike, and I rode to my auntie house. And when I got to my auntie house, they was getting ready to watch Banging in Little Rock. It was just not coming on, it was the world premiere. So I told him about that. And I told him what I never told y'all. And I ain't never told nobody. But I told him, I said, man, when my auntie knew, let me in that house and Banging in Little Rock coming on. First of all, being from Little Rock, I wanted to watch it. We didn't have HBO at the house. So, like I say again, something happened that forced me in that direction where I ended up walking through that door and they were putting the TV on Banging in Little Rock, and I laid there on the floor and I watched it. And I'm telling the Phil, I'm like, man, I remember seeing you on this show, standing in front of that greenhouse, down there, this color green. And that was the Crip house. I remember you talking about how the enemies, the people from the other side was riding through. So you got everybody up in the house where they were loading up the gun, getting ready to woo bam, you know what I'm saying, protect the perimeter. They like, yeah. I say, well, man, the next part cut to you telling the cameraman to come on in. And when the cameraman come in, the first thing you hear is, 10, get my money. Woo. Niggas are shooting dice and they're paying to a kid. It's a kid. Look like me, this nigga my age. Blue bandana around his neck, blue and white hat on his head, cocked to the left, big boy cricket. And I remember looking at this little boy like, sitting here with my face hurting, eyes swollen shit. I got my ass beat by this grown ass man today. So I'm sitting here fucked up and I'm watching this shit, bro. And the whole time I'm looking at this little kid, this little crip, I'm like, no, sir. Motherfuckers ain't beating on him. Motherfuckers ain't doing him the way motherfuckers doing me. And when my auntie stood up and was like, man, what you about to do? I told him, I said, man, this is the South. We already know what that means. That means you got to go. This time you now stage your welcome. It's time for you to kick rocks in a nice way. What you about to do? Because you can't do nothing else around here. So when they said that, it kind of broke my heart like, oh, damn, they finna put me out. Man, shit, I guess I'm finna go back home. I go back after I hopped on that bike I stole. Rode that bitch past that park, down, Tillis. I got to like 25th Street. And I dropped that bitch. And just got to walking. Now I'm walking home to 19th Street. I'm coming from 36. I'm walking to 19th. And the whole time I'm thinking, I want to be a Crip. I'm gonna be a Crip. That's all I knew from that day forward. Nigga, we could be cripping. Because dude ain't gonna keep doing me like this. Just the only thing about it. It was gangs in Fort Smith. My homeboys was all in gangs. They was all down there in the same gang. But they were GD. One of them was IGD. Now, I had two homeboys that were IGD. Then everybody else was GD. And then there was like 2 or 3 dudes that were BD. Really, it could have been BGD. This was, like I said, it was back in the day. I don't even know people that represent these things no more, just BD and GD. I ain't seen no IGDs, I ain't heard no BGDs, no none of that. Back in the day, it was shorty folks. So, all them dudes, my homeboys, they used to try to recruit me. But in my head, I'm like, nah, nigga, y'all folks. I don't want to be folks, nigga. I want to be Crip. The only Crips that I knew of in Fort Smith, it was a couple niggas, black folks, that was Crips. Most of the Crips in Fort Smith was Asian. They Laotian from Laos or Vietnamese. They YOG, Young Oriental Gangsters. And they really about this shit too. But when I got back down to Little Rock, North Little Rock, Fort Smith, Little Rock, North Little Rock, Jacksonville, McAllen, Rixie, Rush Island. Oh yeah. It was Crips. East Coast 69, OGC, Wolf Street 23rd. It was Crips all around. So, you know what I did? I went and got with the Crips. And even then, I'm gonna tell you, I told y'all about the story when me and the homies was all in the house, man, the dude pulled a knife on me. They didn't ride then. They didn't, man, we was about 7, 8, 9 deep. They didn't jump up and we could have stumped that nigga in the house right then, man. Them gangsters didn't ride with me, man. They rode me when it was time to go outside and you know what I'm saying, call the police on that nigga. But man, and I ain't saying they should have rolled with him. I'm just saying the things the kids expect out of gangs, you don't get. You getting tricked. Ask any grown man worth his salt. You know anything about what you going through, and he gonna tell you it's a bad move. It's a bad play. Now you got some dummies out here, just glorifying the shit. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. Look at them. Look at them. Look where they at. Is that where you want to be in life? Because I'm gonna tell you like this. You can get to the richest, most successful Crips in the game. Guess what? They not the niggas just running around here banging and doing that shit. You see what I'm saying? They not doing the dumb shit. And if you think, oh, well, I got to go through my BG phase and I got to do the dumb shit, then I get to a place where I can chill. Well, bro, you might go through your BG phase and get to a place where you dead. You're not guaranteed to make it. I'm going to tell you like this. The respect you getting off of the shit you doing when you young, that shit disappeared. It's an expiration date on that respect. It's going to run out. There's going to be a day where you're going to wake up and everything you did yesterday got you respect, but today people hate you for that shit. People disrespect you for that shit. People keep you out of certain areas and circles because of that shit. You thinking you can get into more doors? No, bro. No. No. It's a trick, man. I promise you. These folks ain't gonna tell you the right thing to do, man. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. You take every rapper in Chicago, they be on that bullshit, the telling you what to do, the rah-rah shit, the gang shit. Any one of them that made some money got the fuck out of Chicago. Soon as they got enough money to get the fuck out, they gone. They in Atlanta. They in Houston. They in Las Vegas. They in LA. They not in Chicago. Why? Nigga, you know why. Because they don't want to deal with that bullshit. But they're not gonna turn their back on it. They're not gonna say the shit I'm saying because that's what they get paid to do. They get paid to perpetuate this shit. Even if they don't mind doing it because they really do love this shit, they really feel like they standing on this shit. And they might be standing on this shit, but the thing they standing on ain't shit. Fuck how you feel about it. It ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn about your hood. I don't give a damn about your neighborhood, about none of that. I give a damn about the people in it. That's what I care about. I don't give a damn about the name and shit y'all be screaming. I care about the people in it. Thing is, y'all scream that name and don't give a damn about the people who live in that area. You would jump up all day screaming this street or that street and ain't doing shit for nobody on that street. Not a goddamn thing. Nothing. Not even looking out for them. You know what I'm saying? Be real. You claiming the hood. Do you even know everybody in the hood? Do you know your neighbors? I'm just saying. Man, shit be illusions. And it be so much, man, it's so much shit a dude could talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? My biggest thing is, and I see this as the biggest threat today, the internet. Because there's so many people that's gonna get on here and they're not gonna be accountable for the shit they do and say and promote. You feel what I'm saying? And I hate to use the same people for example, but I'm like, man, when I say shit about Dirk, a young boy, it's like, because that's who everybody, the kids, that's who they all know. That's who they all, you know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, man, but for grown-ups that don't realize, NBA Youngboy and Lil Durk is big in Tupac. They not Jeezy and Gucci. They big in pop. These motherfuckers got influence. These motherfuckers got ears. They motherfuckers are listening. What they don't get is maturity, common sense, and knowledge. And the reason it don't matter is because the motherfucker they talking to ain't got it neither. You see what I'm saying? My thing is, if real OGs, and this is what I don't understand, Dirk Daddy a real motherfucking OG, so if he had any common sense, if he could really use his motherfucking third eye, like they claim to, if he could really do that, then he would sit there and tell his son, it's you. You the one. You might not want to be the chosen one, but you are. And right now today, you need to make a decision. These millions is following you. Where's you gonna lead them to? Because you running around talking like you got this money, bro, and it's like I just told y'all a minute ago. You don't see what's coming. It could be 100 bullets, it could be 100 million. But let me ask you this. Doing what you doing today, what do you think you deserve in the future? The 100 bullets or the 100 million? I'm just being real. Ask yourself that. I'm talking to Dirk. I'm talking to Youngboy. I'm talking to everybody that can hear me. Do you deserve the 100 bullets or the 100 million right now today for what you've been doing in your life? If you only get that choice, and you know the good is the 100 million, the bad is the 100 bullets, what do you deserve? What you gonna deserve tomorrow when you wake up again? If you wake up again tomorrow, you get another chance. You gotta think about this shit like real life. Cause I'm gonna tell you, with the shit that I talk about and get on these videos every day and the people I try to help and the way I really feel in my mind and in my heart, I feel like I deserve that 100 million. No question about it. I ain't got no malice in my heart. I ain't woke up this morning to do nobody wrong. I'm not intending on doing nobody wrong. I don't see a situation where I could accidentally kill somebody today. It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna put myself in them shoes. I took them out. Tied them in the night. Threw them up on the clothesline. Ain't nobody gonna find them in the trash. You can see them, but you're not gonna put them on. Got these shoes I had on. You don't wanna wear them. They up on the clothesline. You never get them. On the power line. It's like a museum. Y'all know who I am. You know what I did. Now you can look at them shoes, but you can't wear them. They're everyday reminder of, damn, well, it used to be like that. I remember that. Not no more. And like I'm saying, man, we can't reach everybody. I can't sit here and get a speech to every kid. They not gonna listen to me. But them two niggas I told y'all about, they're listening. I guarantee you. See, right now, that's big and pop. But I promise you, we can look around and there be Malcolm and Martin. Them two. They got that type of influence. Y'all, I don't know if y'all know it or not. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, man, I hate to place that type of responsibility on two young black men. But I be watching Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. That's some real shit. And I'm just gonna say this one more time. I'm not a religious person, but I see what I see. I understand what I understand. And I see a way that God had made for these two people to stop a lot of the shit we going through. He can't stop it all. They ain't cause it all, but boy, y'all caused a lot of it. Y'all, you know, you kids, but you raising people. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, man, when we grew up, just be real. The shit we seen on TV raised us. Like, Uncle Phil is a lot of our uncle for real. You see what I'm saying? Real shit. All the way back to George and Weezy. We felt like these people were really our family. We seen them every day. We knew what they was going through. We knew their life inside now. We knew how they felt. You know what I'm saying? We knew the bullshit, the tragedies, all this shit. And I tell people, I'm like, man, you gotta realize the reason Tupac was so big for us is because we didn't have reality TV. Tupac was the only superstar, the only rapper that we was hearing all day on the radio, seeing all day at the movie theaters, seeing all day on TV, seeing all day on the news, in and out the courtroom. You see what I'm saying? You didn't see Dr. Dre all over TV. You seen that nigga when a video with him popped on. With no whole bunch of features, no whole bunch of side albums, no group over here, no albums over in the East, album over in the West. That was pop. And when he stopped rapping and started talking, he was profound and had shit to say. So people, you know what I'm saying? It's like LeBron. It's hard to talk about LeBron and just stick to basketball because he do so many other great things. Fatherhood, business, philanthropy, that type of shit, giving back. It's more than just basketball. And with Pac, it was more than just rap. It was the movies, it was the TV, it was the acting, it was the poetry. It was, you know what I'm saying, just the bigger than life persona. When you seen and heard everything this man was doing, from shooting off-duty police to murder charges, the sexual assault charges, and all of the shit that was going behind it, because them folks could charge him with that type of shit, but we knew the story. We knew that the woman had gave the man fellatio on the dance floor, at the club, all in the booth, all that. We knew same woman came back to the room with about 20 dudes and got ran through by about 20 dudes. We also knew Tupac was in the other room by himself, asleep, when the shit happened. She admitted all that, and then she said, but it's his fault because he took me back to the room with all them dudes. I'm like, did he take you back to the room with all the dudes, or did you walk in the hotel room with all the dudes? You say you was there for Pac, but Pac went in the other room, you did not go. When Pac went in the other room, you should have went in the other room. When Pac went to sleep, you should have been in the other room in the bed asleep or gone. You should have been in there kicking it with 20-some dudes. And you. Not saying it's your fault what happened to you because everybody try to take responsibility. That means 20-some dudes got to take responsibility. But the thing I'm saying is the one dude that had to pay for anybody's mistakes and anybody's rationalities that night was the dude that was not involved. Because he had a name, because we knew who he was, because of all the other shit. Now, that we got two other bigger than larger than life superstars that people are following. People are warned behind. People are you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say no names of who did what to who sent who at who, but we all know it didn't happen. It didn't happen. People on both sides and got bullet wounds. People done died. It's happening. We're in the middle of it. What I'm saying is, shit don't be a game. And even these dudes, I don't think they signed up for what they got themselves involved in. It ain't that deep. You couldn't be that deep. You wasn't there long enough, but you kept it going and you made it deeper than it was. You made it bigger than it was. Bigger than it should have been. And I understand that too. It was money involved. You was young. And these folks are telling you what to do and they paying you to do it. It's hard to tell a motherfucker, hey, I don't need that 10 million. I don't want it, but what y'all gotta realize, what I say, what the youngsters gotta realize is even these people are not smart. They're not smart. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. NBA YoungBoy signed a 5-album deal with Atlantic. But he loved to record. He been on house arrest. Locked in the house. This man gave him 22 albums. 17 for motherfucking free. He didn't realize that till this year. That he was not going to get paid for them albums. Bruh, we don't need to pay you. You gave us 22 albums. We paid you for 5. Now, yeah, you can do these shows. You can make money if the police let you. But, hey, you know the first thing he did when they told him that? Let the world know that he had some more albums, a whole phone full of albums. Did y'all come by? Because I already lost 17 albums. Made no money off of them. I'm like, bro, 17 albums, that was at least 3 more contract deals. And 2 singles for movies or something. Throw them on the soundtrack. But you a kid. You was a kid when you signed that 5-album deal. They used the shit out you, bro. They wasn't gonna tell you. They wasn't gonna coming on that 6th album when you turned it in or when you start dropping music and was like, yeah, drop this. I made this. Wasn't nobody gonna say, hey, y'all let him know that he need to redo his contract because we don't owe him no money for this shit he giving us. And he giving it to us. Like, bro, you don't have a contract where you showing your points for these albums, showing your royalties for these albums, nothing. It's not on you to get none of that. You don't have nothing where you get writer credit or none of that. Like, how many, boy, that's $1 billion you left on the table. You left $1 billion on the table. Because you popping, and you ain't getting the money from them albums. You could have dropped that shit independent. There would have been 17 independent albums from the most popular artists in the world. You know how much money that would have been? Nigga, you would have been Master P the 5th. And had the money from the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th, and the 5th. You'd have been a billionaire. Atlanta got rich. I promise you they did. Now, I don't know, man. I'm not going to say I'm at a standstill because I'm not. I'm just not getting started. But I understood something this morning. I'm like, man, I got to reach back and get people younger than me to get involved in this shit early. I can't let them wait. Because I remember, like I said earlier, I remember I was one of them people, man, that wanted to do something and I didn't know what to do. And I had Reverend Stewart telling me, man, I came home, I was 25. This same dude that's on this interview that I got uploaded right now is who he told me to go holler at. Reverend Stewart died about 2 months ago. So I don't I don't know how bad I want to delete that video right now, just so I can go add dedicated to Reverend Stewart, in memory of Reverend Stewart. It sounds good. I'll put it on. I'll be do the thumbnail. But I know it's super early, man. Everybody ain't up yet, so well, it ain't super early no more. But man, I'm gonna end this one at an hour. Let y'all get on with y'all day. Y'all have a nice day. And at that note, don't be afraid to take the long road instead of the wrong road. Do things the long way instead of the wrong way. And we're gonna come back to this, man. I'm gonna do some more research, and I'm gonna look at some stuff, and I'm gonna write some stuff down so I can give y'all some accurate information. And I need to make a version where I ain't doing so much cussing and no smoking, so they can actually show it to these kids. But like I said, I know the kids that I'm talking to, and they need to hear from me. They don't need to sugarcoat. They living way, you know what I'm saying? I know kids that see their mamas and daddies do a lot worse than cussing and smoking a blunt. But man, y'all have a good day, man. Tell somebody you love them. Appreciate y'all for messing with me, man.